we need to have a talk. So here I find myself, 10:54 p.m. April 23rd, 2025, and what do I see but breaking news? Normally I don't make reaction videos or videos where I talk about this type of thing, but I feel like this needs to be discussed. This is an event that recently took place. I think this was earlier in the school day, as of the day that I'm recording this. I probably won't release this until the following day, so we'll just call it April 24th. Potomac High School in Virginia. I think actual Virginia, not West Virginia. You can Google it. Recently had an incident where, as you can see, a kid got stabbed. I'm not sure if he's alive. But let's take a look at it. Alright, I feel like that's enough. So let's talk about this. First, I'm going to show you just very, very large warning. If you are queasy by blood, do not watch this. I'm risking demonetization, which I don't have anyways because I'm not that big. To show you this, I feel YouTube's restrictions on blood and gore censoring is a bit abhorrent, especially when people need to be shown the brutal reality of something like this that happens. We as human beings need to fully recognize the negative consequences of behaviors like this. So let's, again, viewer discretion is advised. Incoming.
Ambulance! Ambulance! Ambulance!
So I'm not gonna blur that because it's shitty phone camera quality. This dude probably has like a Samsung 15, S15, something like that. let's talk about this, because I've seen both defensive takes of the knife wielder and offensive takes of the knife wielder. Let's talk about this. So kids these days are little bitches. You got your ass beat in a one-on-one, so you pulled out a knife and stabbed somebody. What a damn clown. Enjoy trying to not drop the soap, you little bitch. Teen fighting for his life after being stabbed at West Potomac High School in Virginia. So let's play the video one more time in slow motion. I will break it down. All right. So here we do have dude in the black shirt's the dude with a knife. Red shirt is the kid who got stabbed, who, as far as we're aware, is in critical condition for stab wounds. So as you can see, dude in the red shirt is hovering over dude in the black shirt. Black shirt's on the ground. He's huddled up in field position. In any combat sport, this is where the referee would stop the fight, and most people would stop assaulting this person right here. There's a reason. Because if you hit that kid in the head the wrong way, the only part of his head that's exposed is his back. He's got his arms protected like this. You hit him a couple good rabbit punches in the back of the head, will absolutely cause traumatic brain damage to the kid in the black shirt. You could potentially kill that kid by accident. The back of your head is a very vulnerable spot. It's thinner bone compared to the front where your crown is. There's just a whole lot of bad things that could happen. The context of this video starts here, so we don't know if he was previously curb stomping this kid. I'm not gonna speak to that, but this is itself a bad take on the dude in the red shirt. You should stop this fight. You should say, we're done. Run away from the fight. Go get an adult. Run fast as far as fuck away from this kid, because as we're going to find out, the kid in the black shirt has nothing to lose at this point. He's already been humiliated. He's already been beaten while he's on the ground. And he pulls out a weapon. Now, that being said, I must forewarn, it is a school. You do not carry dangerous weapons to school. You don't. It is against every single rule in every single school that has ever existed ever on the face of this country's existence. Now, I'm not saying that somebody, theoretically speaking, couldn't grab a pencil or a pen, start prison shank. You know, people get desperate. That's number one. You should not still be assaulting the kid on the ground. He's humiliated. He's already beaten. And you're just making him more pissed off and desperate. Now, he continues to assault him. Kid in the white shirt comes to break up the fight. He takes a swing at kid in the white. Kid in the white squares up. Now, at this point, if somebody tries to break up your fight, you let them. The fight is broken up at this point. Walk away. And in fact, don't walk away. Run away. You should be running to the nearest principal, teacher, security guard, any type of adult that's in this school. You should immediately run away from the kid that you just assaulted and seek some type of safety, because it's 2025. I know it's hard to understand this, but people really care about their image. You just humiliated this kid in the middle of 100 students at least. Everybody's there. World star. They love this shit. It's entertainment for them. You, however, are an assailant against another kid. And granted, it was a one-on-one fight, and I appreciate that. But the fight was done the moment he was on the ground in fetal position. Let it go. Now, you, instead of allowing the fight to break up, you instantly start swinging at another kid who's trying to break up the fight, and if you look at the body language of the kid, he didn't swing at him. He didn't. He pushed him off the kid. He didn't come up and sucker punch the kid in the red shirt. That's not fighting behavior. He wants you to get off that kid. That's all. And you immediately start swinging at him. And not only do you start swinging at him, you start chasing him. You have now identified that the kid in the white is not a threat. He hasn't tried to assault you. He has moved you away from the kid in the black on the ground. So you are at fault for this 100%. And people who are pretending like this kid in the red is innocent of any type, they're wrong. So now, kid in the white and kid in the red are going at it. Kid in the black is identified. Kid in the white is not a threat. Kid in the black is super humiliated for the 80th time. And right about... he does it off frame, but right about here you can see him grab the knife. Load. Third world internet, dude. Alright, so right about here he takes the knife out of his pocket. He's got the knife in his hand. It's the potato energy on the camera. I get it, so you can't see it quite well, but he's got the knife in his hand there. Now, you can judge by his position right here. He's looking for a point to stab the kid in the red. Now, he doesn't really care about the kid in the white. He just knows the kid in the white is an immediate threat to him because the kid in the white and the kid in the red are going at it now. So he takes the first stab, which I assume is a successful point of entry wound. Takes another stab there to the stomach, it looks like. Another one there. Another one there. Oh, that one missed. There's another point where I think it's coming up. So now, how you don't know you've been stabbed at this point is fucking moronic. The kid in red has zero area awareness at all, and I get it. Adrenaline's high. You're in a fight. You're fighting two people at this point. I get it. But if you don't know you're stabbed when you get stabbed, when you're in an adrenal rush, right? Your body goes through the state where it kind of dims the pain receptors so that you can fight. It puts your body in such a high state of blood flow that your muscles are activated beyond anything normally believed, unless your life is in danger or you're in a high stress environment, right? So the one thing it doesn't do is it doesn't turn off the nerve receptors for touch. Now, when you start bleeding, you feel the wetness. You feel the wetness. In an adrenal state, your blood is pumping so fast, so entirely fast, upwards of 120, 130 beats per minute, easily. You're literally a sewer pipe, a fucking dam that has released water, leaking at this point because your blood is pumping. You feel the wetness. You know what the wetness is. If you get shot, you feel the hot, intense, burn of the hot bullet and maybe some residual gunpowder if you're close enough. You feel that. If you're a kid in red, you were done the moment that dude pulled out that knife and hit you one time with it. One time with it. So at this point, what happened. That's another point right there. I believe looks like this area on Kid in Red's left pec-ish area. Now, Kid in Red finally recognizes what is happening. Kid in Black's got a knife. Kid in Red runs away. So what you don't see in this video, and I'll try to find it, is well, let's... That's not what I want to see. So that's a kid in white right there. So this is normally a problem because if you have somebody in front of you with a knife, you want to get the fuck away from them as soon as possible. And knives, I know this is hard to believe, knives are way more dangerous than guns. They're way more concealable. The damage is way more irreparable most of the time. And you can, there's no ammunition. You don't run out of ammo. You keep going. So fortunately, Dude in the Black deems Dude as the White either as a friend or a temporary ally in this instance. And so the kid in white doesn't get stabbed. He could right here, he has no control of that knife arm. He could easily get it in the armpit, the stomach, the torso. He could swing up and around in the neck. That is a bad scenario to be in, especially if you're a neutral person. Again, the kid in the black probably thinks kid in the white is a temporary ally at the least, so therefore he's not stabbing him. The dude in the blue hoodie behind him with the jeans, probably a similar scenario, but they both got real lucky here. There was one more video. That's the same one. It's unfortunate. It is. This is a case of nobody won. Dude in the Black's probably going to go to jail for this. He's going to be tried as an adult because they're 16, 17 easily. He broke multiple laws. At the very least 4 or 5. He's got aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, attempted murder if the kid lives. He's got what is it? Murder in the second degree? I'm not a lawyer. And then he's got he's got at least three felonies here. That's going to ruin the rest of his life. Now, if kid in the red survives, right? If kid in the red survives, he's got aggravated assault, battery probably. And if dude in the black has a good lawyer, he could probably get away with attempted murder because once you're on the ground in a submissive position, you can't just keep attacking somebody. So dude in the red didn't stop on his own. He stopped when somebody put him off of the kid in the black. So you could get a couple charges with that. So with that being said, again, this is a very, very, very difficult incident to see. Unfortunately, this is a wave of events that happens in our culture now because kids, number one, don't know when to stop, right? They don't want to win. They want to win absolutely, which is why you see kids getting jumped, kids getting shot, kids getting stabbed. It happens. It's an unfortunate byproduct of the culture that we have today. When I was in school, I'm 29. We had tons of fist fights. I went through. I was suspended at least 7 or 8 times for fighting. Most of the time was skipping. I was not a good kid. I'll be the first one to admit that. But we never brought knives to school for legal reasons. If anybody did, they were never used. It was that one thing. And when somebody was on the ground, we didn't keep beating on them. You don't. Number one, you could kill that kid. If that would have happened, dude in the red would have spent the rest of his life in prison instead of dude in the black. And to dude in the black, I feel some sympathy for, but at the same time, you're a bit of a moron. You shouldn't have brought a knife. And once kid in the red was fighting kid in the white, if you really wanted some payback, I'm not saying this is proper, because you always avoid a fight if you can. You could have tag teamed that kid in the red and won. Kid in the white was throwing hands. Kid in the white was dodging. I think he got hit once. But for you to pull out a knife, once you realize that you have an ally now who's helping to defend you, that's a stupid thing on your behalf. A kid on the red, like I said, made multiple mistakes that could have been deadly on his end. Nobody should die. Nobody needs to die. But at the same time, I cannot feel bad or sorry for the kid in the red, because he did this to himself. Now, I don't know what started this fight. I don't know the couple of seconds that led up to the kid in the black being on the ground. I don't. I'll admit that. But at the same time, I'm watching what I'm watching. Kid in the black was on the ground beaten. You were continuing to beat him. And then when somebody tried to break up the fight, kid in the red, instead of eating his ego, saying, all right, fight's over, we're done, it is what it is, and go get somebody or wait for somebody to come, you started fighting kid in the white. You had every opportunity to either stop the fight or run away once it was done. And you did neither. I cannot feel bad for you. And for anybody who's saying that this is, let's see, so this is horrific, blah, 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 blah. Malicious wounding. It's unclear why the fight started. After being punched, the student in the black shirt was seen pulling out a knife before using it on the... Okay, so they're 15 years old. Like I said, the video doesn't tell the entire story. That's a proper take. This take bothers me. You got your ass beat in a one-on-one, so you pull out a knife and stab somebody. Yes, he shouldn't have grabbed a knife. He shouldn't have pulled it out. He shouldn't have stabbed somebody. But he got his ass beat. He was on the ground, and then he continued to get his ass beat. This is a situation where nobody is right. Both of them are retarded, and both of them deserve some very deep consequences. We can't just accept this type of shit in our society. And let me see if I can find the Facebook post. I'll edit the part it takes me to find it, but oh, actually, I think it's first post I see. Look at that. Look at that. All right, complete screen. So, Christopher McMillan, who is not white, black or Afro-Latino, I'm going to lean towards black because of the hair, said, another black, not black, I repeat, not black student stabs another student. And just like that, the headlines get quiet, the outrage disappears, and the narrative gets sanitized. A 15-year-old boy stabbed a fellow student at West Potomac High School in Virginia. A 16-year-old is in the hospital, but where are the calls for tougher laws? Where's the media storm? Where's the thug label or the character assassination? This is a referral to Carmelo Anthony, the kid who was recently involved with the track meeting stabbing of Austin Metcalf. I'm really happy I remember that because I didn't want to look it up. This is a false equivalency. He continues, because let's be real, if the student were black or brown, it'd be a whole different tone. We'd be talking about gangs, bad parenting, and why schools aren't safe anymore. But when it's a white kid, it's malicious wounding, and we don't know the whole story yet. Every community deserves safety, but we can't keep pretending justice is blind when the system clearly picks favorites. Keep your eyes open, watch how they spin it, then ask why. So, if you watch the video at this point, you realize that I think both kids are fucking retards. Both of them are. I might make a full video breakdown on the Austin Metcalf Carmelo Anthony situation. There's no actual video to it. All I can look at is the current evidence. I've tried not to speak out too much on it because there's not a whole lot of evidence to it. But I might do that once some things come out. So as you can see, this kid, judging by skin tone, facial composure, and his hair, probably not white, right? Probably not. I'll tell you what he probably is some form of Latino. He can't be white. He can't. He has a slim, kind of pushed in Mexican nose. I don't know a single white like that right where is it? Oh, you can't see my mouse. I'm pointing to homeboy in the white's arm. That is Caucasian. That is caucus. That is sheet paper white right there. Normal white people do not get that tan. They don't. I'm a ginger. I know about this. Me and the son have a very knowledgeable. We're enemies. We're just enemies. Let's say that. So I don't think, by a very high majority percentage, that the kid in the black's white. I don't. So for you to say this is arrogant, you could have easily made a similar breakdown of what I did. And then he says video in the comments. There ain't no fucking videos. So you there's no apology in this. Dude clearly isn't white. You don't think that kid is brown? What are you saying about anything about white people in this pose? Like, this is 100% an anti-white take. I get it. My great grandpa, actually no, mine didn't, because I'm only half white. Oh, and they weren't here for slavery, so get fucked on that. But I get it. Your great grandfather was probably treated really bad by somebody else's great grandfather. I understand that. I 100% get it. I do. And guess what? I'm with you in saying that there's still some racist people here. I get it. I'm on board with that scenario. I've met stupid racist people, and guess what? There's stupid racist people on both fucking sides, and guess what? You're one of them. Stop doing this. Stop it. We're all trying to get along. It is hard enough when the politicians do it, but when other people get involved, other people who aren't getting paid to do it, they actually believe these stupid fucking hot takes. They do it, and it makes it way worse. Why whitey do thing to blackie? That's not a good take. Do what I did. Break it down in a fair narrative. Don't make it a race thing. You don't see me talking about the fucking streets of Chicago and how it's pretty much just. I can't say that. That will get me in trouble. But there's things I could say, but I don't, because it's unfair. It's not a race problem. It's a behavioral problem. It's a behavioral problem in certain urban communities, right? It's not a black thing, because I know tons of shit white people in the city. I live in the city. I live here. I get it. Don't make it a race thing. You don't have to make it a race thing. Just say, stupid kid stupid, stupid kid bad, right? Explain why stupid kid bad. Explain why there's more than one stupid kid being stupid bad. That's all you gotta do. Stop making it a race thing. I've met thousands of people over my almost 30 years on this earth. I maybe have met 4 inbred racist people and a couple of opposite end black people who hate white people. That's a handful of people out of 1,000 or more. Guess what? Stop caring. Because guess what? You're not going to change their opinion. all you can let them do is essentially let them bake themselves out, right? You if a kid's crying in the corner about something stupid, right? Which anybody who has nieces, nephews, children, younger siblings, we all know what we're talking about, right? You let them sit in the corner. You let them cry their eyes out because they're wasting their own energy, right? Eventually, they'll calm down and they'll stop being a problem. All we have to do is not turn into them, and that bloodline will die, right? So if you're white, stop doing stupid shit, right? If you're black, stop doing stupid shit. Because everybody's got stereotypes. And I fulfill stereotypes of white people, even though I'm only half. I'm sure black people fulfill stereotypes that are constantly made against them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Why are we... It's 2025, bro. Why are we still doing this? Why? I don't hate you because you're black. I don't hate you because you're Asian. I don't hate you... I do hate you if you're fat. You fat fucks. Lose weight. But anyways, I don't. I hate you because you're arrogant, ignorant, or retarded. And if you're all three, I really hate you. And guess what? There's retarded white people. There's retarded black people. There's retarded short people, tall people, fat people, skinny people. There's retards, okay? Can we all admit that? There's retards. Sometimes I'm a little bit retarded. I admit it. It's not a race thing. I'm so tired of this. I really am. I'm tired of people telling me that because I'm half white, I'm a half slave owner or something. I'm tired of hearing bad shit about black people. I am. Get over it. Why are we still doing this in 2025? It doesn't make sense. I'm frustrated. I'm gonna go smoke myself to sleep. If you did enjoy this video, please leave it a like and subscribe. If you don't, I will sacrifice you to Lord Cthulhu, the Kraken God. I'll fuck around and find out. I say if you do, I'm sorry. If you don't, I'll do that. If you do, per usual, I will donate to you one of my kidneys and my right testicle. No, you can't have the left one. That one's my favorite. His name is Ernie.